Alrighty. I'm sorry I didn't upload a video yesterday. I was informed at 6 o'clock in the morning that I had training at 7 o'clock, so it was a bit of a rush. I could have uploaded one when I got home from school because I have a few spares, but that's alright. We back on it. Today I will tell you about some dark, can be dark, truths about just the world in general. It makes it sound a lot deeper than it is. I will tell you about average people, right? Regular people, the 99% of people, right? 99% of people work a full-time job, right? They're pretty poor. Okay, well, they're not poor because they have enough money. They have just enough money to get by, but that's not where we want to be, right? If you're watching this video, you don't want to be average. You just don't want to be like everyone else, right? So, in our eyes, in the eyes of the boys on self-improvement, or the men on self-improvement, they're all poor, right? they they don't do anything productive with their time. The place they spend the most time is on the computer chair. They spend hours on hours on social media. They jack off. It's just, that's the reality of the normal person now, right? The normal regular average man is weak and doesn't do anything productive and is just, you know, like, it's the people you see around, right? You actually, no, it's not the people you see around because you don't see them. They're at home all day. So you probably know what I'm talking about. You probably at one point or another were somewhat of an average person. But yeah. And the place where this concept of 99% gets sad is, okay, well, I won't get to that now. What I'll say is 99% of people are average. And to us, average is absolutely pathetic, right? We don't want to be close to any of those average people, right? As in, we don't want to be close in abilities. We don't want to be anything like those average people, right? So these average people are your teachers, your siblings, your family. It feels kind of dark to call your family average, but unless you will know if your parents are god tier people who improved their lives for 30 years and then got together and then full time they focused on you as a child and then your siblings and then you guys are all now with amazing children, right? Chances are your parents are average, and I really don't like to say this because I love my parents and I owe everything I have to them, but I don't want to be like them. It's I feel kind of weird saying this because I feel like they might be hearing me, but I don't want to be like them. I want to be able to have more freedom in my life, and obviously they were in a much more difficult situation than we were, right? In my case, I think I don't know the story completely, but I'm pretty sure my dad sacrificed a lot to come here to New Zealand and raise us here. I'm pretty sure most of his family didn't want him to do that. He was gonna join the military, but then he didn't, and then he left Nepal. He left his family in Nepal to come here. He got married first, left his family in Nepal to come here, and then he raised me and my sister here in New Zealand, and he's lived here ever since. So they're amazing people and they've done so much, and I'm so grateful for my parents. But in terms of my life, I don't want to be like them. I want to be better. And that's not saying they've done anything wrong, because for their time, they were incredible people, right? But now, I have so much more opportunity to do so much better, and I will. And so, in terms of the body, right? I'm gonna be jacked. I'm gonna be jacked, right? I'm gonna be so mindful. I'm gonna be so present, and it's, keep up my daily meditation practice, and, you know, most people don't do that. Most people can't hold eye contact with someone for more than like a minute, right? Like, I went on kind of a rant there, but if you do these things that normal people don't do, right? Normal people are gonna look at you and be like, why you like meditating? That's stupid. Just go play video games. Or they're gonna be like, why are you writing about stuff you're grateful for? Like, that's useless, bro. But they don't understand. They are average, and if they think like that, they will always be average, right? And you don't want to be like that. So don't do the things that the 99% of people will do. Average people, how long does an average person spend on social media? Like okay, I have no idea, I'm just pulling this number out of my ass. I'll say like 3-4 hours, right? They spend 3 or 4 hours on Instagram or on social media, and let's say you spend 1 hour a day on social media, and you think, I'm better than average. That is small dick thinking right there. You think obviously you are better than average, but think about where the average is. The average, so this is where we want to be, right? We want to be here. We want to be higher. Like, you can't see my hand, obviously. This is where we want to be. Okay, you're probably about here right now. This is your 1 hour of social media a day, right? You're above average, so you think, oh, that's all good. Like, I can do that. It's like, it's got me to, like, I'm above average. The average person is all the way down here, like at the floor, bro. Average people are not who you should be comparing yourself to. Do not think that you're doing... Okay, that's kind of like... Don't think that you're doing well because you're better than an average person. Because the average person is rubbish, right? But also, take pride in your achievement and that you've gone away from that average person, right? Because there's a fine line between, like, appreciating your achievements and thinking you're really good just because you're better than average, right? So you have to balance that out. Also, don't be too hard on yourself, because you probably used to be average not so long ago. So if you're above the average now, good job. Like, I'm grateful that you've joined me on this journey. Now that you are above the average, stop comparing yourself with people here. Compare yourself with people that are... Oh, wait, I went this way. So if you're here, don't compare yourself with people down there. Compare yourself with people here. Because these people are doing better than you, right? You're on social media for an hour. These people are not on social media. They're doing better than you, right? They're exercising 1 more time than you in the week. Do you know they're meditating for 5 minutes more than you? So compare yourself with these people now. Don't compare yourself with these people. This is where we get everything wrong. We go on Instagram and we see these really hot models and we see these really successful guys and we think, man, I'm not good enough, right? You are better than social media makes you think you are, but you are... like, oh man, it's so difficult to like give you a... There's not like a one thing I can say that will, encapsulate that whole thing I just said. So pretty much, don't compare yourself with average people now, because now you're not average anymore. Don't listen to what average people say. Obviously, don't be a dick, but like, if an average person tells you, oh, you shouldn't be, it's not healthy to not eat all day, right? They don't know because they're fat, right? Why are you listening to a fat person for diet advice, right? It's like if you had a fat personal trainer, you're not going to listen to him, right? Why would you listen to someone why is he training me if he's fat, right? It's the same with everything else. Like, why would you take finance advice from, like, your, like, uncle or, like, your, like, friend's dad or something, I don't know, if he's working a full-time job, right? Don't take advice on things that they don't know enough about. Yes, don't do that. Don't take financial advice from poor people. Don't take fitness or diet advice from fat people. Don't take advice like that. But when there's someone who's better than you, don't be a dick and think you know everything, right? If there's someone who is better than you in some sense, let's say, using that whole scale again, right? You're here. If this guy is here overall, right? So let's just say you've been like you're here because you've been meditating, you've been gratitude journaling, you've been exercising consistently for like a few months. So you're further in self-improvement than this guy is. But this guy's been going to the gym for 2 years more than you. Even though this guy's lower than you, listen to him because he knows more about you, more about this than you do. So that's what you have to listen. If there's someone who's on the same path as you and they know more about you, the thing that you're like doing or talking about, then listen to them. You should always be a student, but don't be a student to the wrong people, because that's how school has been to us, right? We have these we have these overweight, unhealthy, poor teachers who are giving us finance advice, diet advice, physical education. That is not what we need, right? If we were to get financial advice from someone who doesn't need to work a job, they're so rich that they can just work whenever they want, right? That's good. That's the kind of person you want to take financial advice from. Like, you want to get like personal training from a jacked guy, right? From some guy who's really strong, because that's the guy who's done it. Don't listen to the person who's just not even trying to improve themselves and telling you that you are wrong, because that doesn't work, right? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I think I drew this out a lot, but what I'm trying to say is you want to be in the top echelon, the top tier of man, right? So you want to be in the top 1%, the top 0.1%, right? So if you want to do that, you can't do as the 99% do. If you do like the average people do, then you will stay average, right? I think it was Albert Einstein that said, doing the same thing and expecting a different result is insanity, right? That's exactly what you're doing. If you do what every average person does, you'll get what every average person does. So you have to do something different. You have to do something that will improve everything in your life, because average people don't do that. So if you want to know what not average people do, if you want to know what the top echelon of man do, they improve their mental health. So go click this playlist. It has the self-improvement basics, and in that playlist I talk about you have to improve your mental health because your mental health improves everything else in your life. You have to improve your mental health by meditating, gratitude journaling, exercising, and reading. Those are your 4 habits. Those will improve your life. That is the stuff that the average people are not doing. That's the stuff that you're going to do to become a high-value man. Goodbye.